I welcome you all in the placement preparation for the company GTS Techlab. So this is the first content which you can have a broad preparation strategy. So in this video, I'm going to discuss what to prepare for GTS Techlab and what are the important topics you can cover for GTS Techlab. So moving on to the discussion, first and the foremost, I request everybody to go through the company profile. That is very important. You should know their product and services. You know, name of the company is GTS Techlab. They are working in telecom sector, then fintech, enterprise software like ERP development, enterprise resource planning with a focus on AI and data analytics. Then RegTech. Also, they are popular in fraud detection softwares. Then revenue management and customer engagement. These are the areas of domain. So try to focus on these area and prepare the topic which are related to these particular areas. So that these are the requirement. You try to understand that these are the requirement. Accordingly, you try to plan. Regarding their product, they have developed so many products also, like Armor. You might have heard about Armor product, like voice and SMS fraud detection. Similarly, CPaaS. It is related to communication platform as a service. Similarly, TXT chain. It is applicable to blockchain technology. Similarly, Grenter. It is also like a telecom analytics. Most of the companies like Airtel, Jio, they are using this particular tool. So kindly go through these products and identify the problem. What are the challenges facing by the company? You should have a better exploring the website. Similarly, tech stack likely. It is related to data handling, like big data analytics. Similarly, backend services and API and blockchain and machine learning. Similarly, locations. It's a MNC. Headquarters is locating in Singapore. Also, they have offices in Mumbai, Bengaluru, Gurgaon, and Bhopal. So if you get selected, there are chances you can locate different places. Even you will be having international exposure. It's a very good opportunity. Please grab this opportunity. And first of all, you can join as an intern. Later, you can become a permanent employee. So sky is the limit if you get the opportunity. Now moving on to the interview process. As like first in the foremost resume screening. Then so what you can do is you have to customize your resume as per the requirement of a company. It's not like I can say you're trying to fit, you're trying to go for a fit, just for adjustment. Okay. You have to fit for the particular domain that I want to suggest you. They'll be conducting online test. So follow aptitude and logical reasoning, then programming part and structured query language, questions related to structured query language, and also like a database management. These are the probable questions you can expect from the offline test. So kindly work out important questions on SQL, then important questions on data analytics, and important questions on DBMS. So kindly, if you search, you'll be getting so many questions. Even I can make a separate video on that. Regarding the technical round, it will be very strong. Deep dive into the programming. You should have a good programming knowledge. Since you are a beginner, no problem. If you're showing that you know the basics of programming, that is good enough. Then data structure also, like basics of data structure, sorting, bubble sorting, those questions are evergreen. Similarly, domain specific questions, since if you are belong to electronics and communication, so domain related questions based on the communication, basics of communication, communication systems, computer networks. So basic questions will be asked from those domain, like telecom sector, then fraud detection, API. Try to focus few questions based on this topic. You need to do some homework, otherwise it is too difficult. HR round is a selection round basically. They are going to test your communication skills and they will check whether you can do as a team. You can mingle with a team or you can join in a team. Then your adaptability. So how you are going to adaptation the learning and whether suppose they are going to ask you to relocate to Singapore. Will you be ready? They are going to check the willingness. Correct? Because that is also most important if you join in MNC. So I have summarized the preparation strategies into a table. In this table, you can observe the focus area, then what to focus, how to practice. These are the three columns you can observe. With respect to programming language, you should good in one language, either Java, Python, or C++. And you should know the basics of object-oriented programming. Suppose if you have chosen Python, all the syntax you should know about Python, even C++ also. Don't get confused. Most of the people I observed, they are confused with C++ and Python and vice versa. So don't get confused. Similarly, solve daily problem. If you have so many days you start preparing, if it is neck and means, I think it is difficult. And you can manage it, not an issue. Last minute preparation also you can do it, not a problem. But if you have a good enough time, then prepare very slowly. Talk about the mini projects and what are the code you have developed in the projects. And you try to practice some problems in Hacker Rank or Hacker Earth or Lead Code. These are the different platforms. Kindly sign up an account, start practicing some questions. Data structure and algorithm, you have to study about array, then a string, linked list, trees, hash map, sorting, searching, recursion. So those topic you have to well versatile. Try to make a brief note on what is array, how to declare the array, how to perform the operation, how to call two-dimensional array. Then what is a linked list? Try to find out some programs on linked list. Like that you can prepare. Write a code on hand or in IDE. Okay, interactive development environment, and time yourself. Take your time. Like you have to do the self evaluation first. Try to perform the mock interview. There are so many websites you can perform mock interview also, mock test also. Similarly, SQL or database. Here you'll be getting the queries like select, join, group by. These are the different type of query. Based upon that, you may get a questions. Similarly, indexing, then transactions, normalization. These subsequences also you may get a questions. Try to understand what is select in SQL. What is the meaning of join? Then group by. Then practice with the sample data like DBMS questions. Then SQL playgrounds. Install local database and try to optimize the query. Okay, this structured query language, you should have a better basics. Since you are a beginner, no problem. Try to understand which are required only for the company, which are the basic requirement. That is only company wants. Don't think that you should be master. No, no, not like that. You should have a good basics. You should have a fundamental, and your preparation shows that you are interested. So try to prepare in that manner. Even mechanical students also crack the interview, but unfortunately they are not enlisted. However, EC students and triple E students, they can also join, not an issue, because everybody can study the basics now. Every source is available in your fingertip. And domain knowledge, so you should know the basics of telecommunication, then SMS flow, then voice, what is the meaning of fraud detection, what are the regulatory technology, and what is API. Those things you should know. Communication system, you should advanced communication, you might have studied the course on advanced communication. And also you should know about analog communication and digital communication. And similarly, vast domain overviews. Try small case studies also. You find out some case studies related to telecom sector, so that you can go for the explanation. If you are undergoing case studies, that reveals that you are really interested in the domain. Similarly, soft skill is mandatory for every interview. You should have a clear communication. It's not like a overnight process. It's a throughout process. Now, if you are belong to a third year students, you have 1 year time. If you are a final year students, now you have to practice it. There is no other goal. Clear communication, problem solving approach, adaptability, teamwork. Those things you should focus, and prepare the mock interview, group discussion, etc. Those things also you have to prepare. Similarly, you have to go for reverse engineering process, in the sense, what are the keywords which are mapping on the company profile. You have to build your resume according to those keywords. Similarly, go for like a problem, go for with the problem solving approach. Okay, finding out a solution, finding out the solution. You need to search a new idea about how to identify the fraud detection. Likewise, you need to identify your mindset itself. You should show some idea to the company during the interview. Code with the context. When coding, simulate the realistic constraints, scale performance, edge cases, etc. For example, what if 10 million SMS logs per day? Likewise, you prepare some logical questions. Daily mini demo, you have to do it. Each daily build code something small that ties to your domain. Daily you have to practice it related to the questions, so that it will be very easy. If you are preparing at the bottleneck, no problem. Try to identify the maximum probable questions. For example, API endpoint, then questions on SQL query overlogs, then detection rules, fraud detection rules. Kindly identify those topics and try to learn. Make a short notes. Peer review and like a teaching. Pair up, then explain something technical to another student. Identify the good students and good community. Those who are interested in the clearing the interview. And among yourself, you have to practice it. Share the knowledge. Think pair share. Go for the think pair share approach. That I want to convince you. Otherwise, it is too difficult. Similarly, probable questions like write a function that gives list of phone call logs. Find the three numbers that made to the most outgoing call. These kind of questions will be asked in the technical round. So you should know about how hash map to count, how to use hash map to count, then sorting you should know, then discuss the time space complexity. Prepare the simple algorithm. That algorithm, if you know, that is enough. Because if you are belong to E&C branches and triple branches, even programming, you may not be that much expertise. However, if you show the algorithm and method, they will support you. SQL, given tables, caller, receiver time, find the number of unique caller per day. These are the application level. Okay, use the select data. First of all, you have to step number one, select data. Then count. You have to go for like a count from calls group by data. So this is a logic actually. Likewise, you try to practice some questions. This logic is more than sufficient during the technical round. You don't need to say that everything should be presented. You have to, whenever you are going, you just get a pen and paper. You can keep on writing. Whenever interviewer asks, you can request that, sir, I just wanted to note down and I wanted to make the algorithm so I can explain very clearly. First, you prepare the algorithm and try to explain. All right. Domain or telecom based question. How would you detect a SIM from fraud pattern? So talk about the data matrices. How many calls, how many SMS from SIMs to few destinations. Then sudden spike you have to identify. Original network you have to check. Then geolocation has to be identified. Build the threshold. Then alerting. Then ML model if necessary. This is a simple logic. Try to prepare in this way. That is my suggestion. So customize you have to customize the requirement and prepare. Similarly, behavior and technical HR round. Tell me something about yourself. It's evergreen questions. How to solve the conflict and how do you resolve the conflict? Those things. And would you like to relocate? Those kind of questions are very common. However, you have to follow the STAR approach: situation, task, action, and result-based approach. Similarly, problem solving. You are given with a huge log files. How will you process them and detect the anomalies? So talk about the streaming versus batch. It's a technically you have to speak. Then distributed processing. Then go for the sampling window function, approximate the counting and alert threshold. These are the steps. If you are a beginner, I request you to remember those steps. Okay, how that is the way how to crack the interview. That also you have to study. Don't think that you can study the interview only if you become a master of the subject. Not like that. If you prepare well for the interview, that interview you can clear. That is what I understood. Try to know the company, product, services, crystal clear fundamentals on SQL, data structure, and APIs. If you don't know, kindly make it. You can study right now because we have so many sources. SQL, so many request. There are different type of request is available, which I already shown you. Likewise, you have to prepare the details. Practice solving by thinking aloud. Then interviewer want the process. Try to predetermine the questions and prepare. Resume. Highlight any relevant project related to this domain, related to telecom, AI, or data. That will be a plus point, so that you can speak up. Questions you ask about the team. Then you can only ask the at the end you can ask. I have some queries. Could you please address? May I ask some queries on you, sir? Like that you can request it. So before the interview, revise the basics. Mock test you have to do it and have a good rest and research company and product you should understand. And during the offline test, manage the time easy. Go and get a small pen and paper so that you can work on it and don't get stuck. Don't focus only on one or two questions. You try to cover all the questions because there may be a sectional cutoff. Technical round talk about logically. Draw diagram if necessary. Handle clarifying the questions. Tested cases. If you don't know something, be honest, but should be structured thinking. And HR round should be like that, proving that you are very confident, you are fit for the company. You are to convey your honestness and enthusiasm to learn new things and align your goal with the company what they do and show that you like to learn, adopt good and interpersonal behavior. Though you are not belong to like IT domain, you are saying that once the company recruited me, I can do well. Like that, you have to that should be your approach. If you do go ahead with that, you can manage it. for third year students, we'll be having so many days for preparation, but final year students, the time is very constrained. Suggested topic to cover: programming and object-oriented programming, recursion, data structure, list tree, and hash maps. Try to make a short notes on this topic. SQL day, join, then aggregation, performance tuning, telecom flow, then CPaaS, is SMS, voice for basics, and REG tech concept. These are their products. Try to understand their products, what is the meaning of CPaaS. Okay, try to understand the basic knowledge. Problem solving session, real life problems, puzzles, coding on whiteboard or virtual. Mostly, if it is offline, it will be like a whiteboard. They may ask you to solve the things using the whiteboard. So, like soft skills and mock HR, communication skills should be improved, and group work, good group work, handling the behavioral questions, etc. If you prepare that, definitely I assure you'll be getting selected for the company. In case you could not get selected in the company, it may be helpful for the forthcoming round. Think positively. That is the humble request from my side. I think you can manage it. For third year students, now only start preparing. For the final years, your interview may be another 2 or 3 days. Prepare very smartly. If you want, I can prepare the short content. Even I can make the short notes on what is SQL and the basics. So that I will do based on your request. Do let me know what you want next. That is the query I'm going to put forward you. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take it very seriously and crack the interview. Do update me after the interview. What are the questions asked? Let me know whether your frank feedback is my presentation is useful to everybody or not. I wish you all the very best for interview. Have a great preparation and clear the interview.